You're watching Rurouni K95's video game review on Ed and Eddy, the mis-edventures. Hi, Ruronis. This is your pal, Rurouni K95 here. So today, this is going to be my first video game review, even though I haven't been doing video game reviews until now, since I already covered back on my previous reviews on Ed and Eddy TV series, as well as the first three specials, and Ed and Eddy's The Misadventure, Ed and Eddy's Big Picture Show. This time, we're going to be start doing a video game review on Ed and Eddy the Misadventures. The game is divided into 6 separate game segments. Each level has its own independent plot and story throughout the game. The 2 bonus stages are only available, the console and the Windows version of the game. In the first level of the game, Cool Your Ed, the Eds are planning to steal ice cubes from the coolers in the neighborhood kids' backyards to create snow cones so they can sell them. During the warm weather, though simple obstacles are in their way, they make it thanks to Ed with its unquestioned strength and speed. They find a meatball making machine in Rolf's shed, but Rolf refuses to let them use it after Ed smashes one of Rolf's pig pen fence. The pigs escape, and the Eds agree to get them back in the pen if only Rolf lets them borrow the machine. Rolf agrees, and they get the pigs in the pig pen. The Eds finally make their snow cones by covering meatballs in ice, which Ed begins to eat. The second level, Pin the Tail on the Ed, begins with Jimmy having his birthday party with the kids, but Rolf tells the Ed that they are not allowed to go. No one takes no for an answer. Eddy decides they will find their way into the party. Ed suggests that they will sneak in the sewers. Despite Ed Double D's worries, Eddy leads his friends through the sewer, sneak into and crash Jimmy's party. The Eds successfully sneak into the party while everyone is inside Jimmy's house. The Eds break all of Jimmy's piñatas, but the cankerers pop out of one and chases them. Double D uses his slingshot to shoot down beehives in the trees, so the bees chase the cankers away. After defeating the anchors, Kevin tells Eds that the party has ended and everyone has left. Jimmy rewards them with a blob of icing with 5 birthday candles in it, which Ed proceeds to eat. In Must Be Something Ed level, Rolf tells the Eds that it is the candy store's customer appreciation day, and they're giving out free jawbreakers since it's almost closing time. Eddy decides to head straight away and take a shortcut after they get past Sarah and Jimmy, Kevin, Johnny, and Plank, and a vicious bulldog. They finally arrive at the candy store. Eddy accidentally eats a jawbreaker covered with foot powder and his face turns green with orange spots due to an allergic reaction. The trio managed to sneak back to Eddy's house without being seen by the other kids. However, they all appear at the window with cameras as Eddy is about to close the curtains, laughing while taking pictures of Eddy's face. Ed on Arrival begins with Rolf showing off his Urban Ranger's badge to the Eds, and Eddy says he wants one. Rolf challenges the Eds to make it across the Peach Creek Estates construction site, where he has set up an assault course, promising them the badge if they will make it. Eddy refuses at first, but then Rolf tells him that he will give the badge to Kevin. Eddy accepts the challenge. However, Rolf tells Kevin in private to make sure they do not succeed. The competition heats up when Kevin prepares tricks and traps and tribulations. But the Eds manages to complete Rolf's tasks thanks to the Eds' ability to stand on each other to create the Tower of Eddy. After a headbutting competition with Rolf's goat, Victor, the Eds race to Kevin to win the badge. And the Eds win the race, but in order for the badge to be shared fairly, Rolf rips the badge into 3 pieces. Ed wants to trade his piece with Eddy, but Eddy is so annoyed, he shoves it up Ed's nose and storms off. So, in Nightmare on Ed Street level, Jimmy's toy, Mr. Rabbit, Mr. Yum Yum, is trapped on the window still of the old abandoned house. Since Jimmy is too frightened to go inside himself, and Eddie promises to retrieve it for a quarter, Jimmy refuses to pay. Eddie will saying he will pay him when he gets Mr. Yum Yum back in one piece. Inside the house, Eddie reveals that he told Ed to steal Jimmy's rabbit so Jimmy would pay them to get it back, but Ed tells Eddie that he put Mr. Yum Yum on the mantle, not the window. Not the window sill. Suddenly, the Canker sisters appear, holding Mr. Yum Yum and threatening to cut Mr. Yum Yum with a spinning saw after the Cankers make flirtatious advances towards the Eds. They agree to trade Mr. Yum Yum with the Eds in exchange for giving them a good boyfriend presents without any kisses. After exploring around the abandoned houses, the Eds bring the Cankers their presents: a ship and a bottle for Lee, a can of axle grease for Marie, and a taxidermy book for May, and disable the saw. They successfully retrieve Mr. Yum Yum for Jimmy, only for it to fall in half. Jimmy runs off crying, leaving the Eds without their promised reward. So in the final level, Ed marks the spot. Eddie is going to share his secret stash of jawbreakers in his suitcase with Ed and Double D, but someone has taken the ball. As Eddie shakes the suitcase and a piece of map falls out, Double D suggests that they look for the other pieces of the map in order to recover Eddie's missing jawbreakers. The Eds put their heads together to find out who took the jawbreakers and confront the thief to get them back. They save the first piece from Johnny, who wanted to turn it into a paper airplane, get the second piece from Jimmy, who was trying to turn it into an origami with it, and get the last piece from Rolf's goat Victor by headbutting him off a cliff. They put the pieces together and realize the Cankers took the jawbreaker. Eddie angrily storms off into their trailer, where the Eds accidentally activate the trap door and fall underground. Then they must run away from the Cankers, who are madly trying to kiss them. They enter a large, let me guess, room where they battle the Cankers to get the jawbreakers back after defeating them. The Eds, however, grab the jawbreakers and run back to the Cankers' trailer, which it has strangely decorated to look like a church. They realize that the Cankers have trapped them in a wedding ceremony as they kiss the frightened Eds. In the first bonus level, Revenge of Edzilla, Eddie recreates his Edtropolis scam all as well until Ed believes he's a monster and goes on a rampage throughout the city. He battles the Cankerator at the Chunky Puffs factory, using a giant pieces of Chunky Puffs as his weapon against him after Ed defeats the Cankers, destroying Edtropolis in the process. Eddie goes in a rage and angrily whacks Ed in the face with a metal dustpan lid, because Eddie said that Ed's an animal, in the bonus level especially. In the second bonus level, Robot Rebel Ranch, the Eds find themselves stuck on the robot planet, and their only hope is to get the space rocket. Ed thinks he should take the lead, but he ends up being zapped by the robot rebels and then taking capture. Double D, using Ed's laser pistol and a red lightsaber, which is supposed to be like Star Wars in the process in Ed, Edd, and Eddy. And Eddie, using a shock bomb and yellow plasma flail, must now rescue Ed from the clutches of the robot rebels. After they free Ed, they have to find the space rocket so they can leave the planet. Before returning home, they have to battle against the giant robot leader, a huge red robot turret with a cowboy hat and 2 laser cannons. They successfully complete their mission with the help of Double D and find the rocket. Their imaginary game is disrupted when Sarah yells at Ed to come home for dinner. The game ends with Ed crossly storming away, all thanks to Sarah. So Eddie said Killjoy in that one. So that's my game review on Ed, Edd, and Eddy, the mis-edventures. Oh yeah, if you play as Ed, he uses head, and then Ed stomps and lifts things for his ability. And then Double D can make things go when you need brains to make things move and all. And then sometimes use a trusty slingshot. And if you play as Eddie, he uses the El Mongo Stink Bomb, and then he uses his chain wallet as a weapon whenever he uses it. Speaking of which, oh yeah, and the Tower of Eddie, all 3 Eds on top as a tall one. Oh yeah, because this is my first time I get to do a video game review on Ed, Edd and Eddy, the mis-edventures. It was announced on February 15, 2005, and the game was released on November 3rd, 2005 for the PlayStation 2, Nintendo GameCube, Xbox, Game Boy Advance, and Microsoft Windows. It was released on PlayStation 2 in North America in 2005, as well as GameCube, Game Boy Advance, as well as Xbox, as well as Microsoft Windows. Oh yeah, it's also released in Australia on the 1st of December 2005. It's single-player platform game because it's published by Midway Games for Ed, Edd and Eddy's The Mis-edventures. The game's plot's loosely based on structure about around 6 different stories with 2 bonus levels, each involving scam by the titular trio to acquire enough money to buy Jawbreakers, a plot that mirrors of that animated series. Players may choose at any point level to control of Double D or Eddie to overcome the game's obstacles. Character selection is strategical due to each of the Eds having its own unique ability. Throughout the game, the player encounters not only the Ed trio, but also the series' side characters such as Jimmy, Sarah, Kevin, Johnny, and the Kanker sisters as well. So that's going to be it for my video game review on Ed, Edd and Eddy, the Mis-edventures. Thanks for watching, but before we go, here's my quick thoughts. This is my first video game review because I haven't reviewed video games until now. Even though I look back on my previous reviews on Ed, Edd and Eddy, including the TV series, 3 holiday specials, and Ed, Edd and Eddy's Big Picture Show, which I've covered back on doing a review on those recently, which it all has got to me because I've wanted to do a review on a video game based on Ed, Edd and Eddy, because Ed, Edd and Eddy was created by Danny Antonucci, and it made its run from 1999 until 2009, despite Cartoon Network canceled Ed, Edd and Eddy. Even though Ed, Edd and Eddy is now available on DVD, such as the first season and second season on DVD, these days, which you could find Amazon or eBay online these days. Well, anywho, so this is my video game review on Ed, Edd and Eddy. This is the first time I did a video game review on Ed and Eddy's The Mis-edventures. Hope subscribe for content. My anime plan, link in the description down below. Share this video on Twitter and Facebook if you have Twitter and Facebook account. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Please leave a like on this video by giving it a thumbs up. If you like this video, please give this video a thumbs up by clicking the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, RuRoniK95. Feel free to join my channel. Please leave a comment on this video of what are your thoughts on Ed and Eddy's The Mis-edventures as well. Be sure to click on my notifications bell button. Check out my other videos as well that I've uploaded more recently. Like, subscribe, favorite, comment, share. Please give this video a like by clicking the thumbs up button. Please subscribe to my channel, RuRoniK95. Click on my notifications bell button. Oh yeah, feel free to join my channel, RuRoniK95. as well. So click on my notifications bell button, check out my videos as well, and that's all I have to say. So this is, and I know today's Friday. This is RuRoniK95 saying thank you. Thank you for watching my video game review. I'm glad you liked it. I hope you enjoy it. Hope to see you soon, and have a great day. Oh, have a great weekend, because this is RuRoniK95 signing off, and thank you for watching my video game review of Ed, Edd and Eddy, the Mis-edventures.